Hello everyone. Time doesn't just grey our hair. It quietly takes away familiar faces we once loved. And as we look back at Barney Miller, you may find yourself wondering who has left us forever and who departed quietly, carrying with them a piece of television history. From Abe Vigoda to several longtime castmates, this video invites you to reflect on their final journeys so that sadness can gently turn into appreciation. Abe Vigoda, born in 1921 in Brooklyn, New York, was 54 years old when he took on the role of Detective Phil Fish, the oldest member of the squad, shaped by an earlier generation of policing that valued routine and discipline over grand ideals. With his weary appearance, heavy-lidded eyes, and dry, gravelly voice, Fish was forever complaining about his health, retirement, and the seeming futility of the job. Yet those complaints gave the series its most authentic, everyday rhythm. Phil Fish was both the grumpy old uncle and a quiet reflection of how time wears down the urban police profession. No longer chasing glory, just trying to get through one shift at a time. Abe Vigoda passed away at the age of 95. After Barney Miller, he continued to leave a strong impression in character-driven roles, most notably as the mafia boss Tessio in The Godfather. At the same time, he spent many years being typecast as the aging, world-weary man, a form of recognition that brought familiarity, but also professional limits. Even so, Vigoda sustained a remarkably long career and remained widely admired for his calm presence and his ability to turn small, quiet moments into something truly memorable. Jack Sue, born in 1917 in California, was 58 years old when he took on the role of Detective Sergeant Nick Yamana. He brought a calm presence, firm discipline, and an almost unwavering sense of responsibility to the character. Coming from a working-class immigrant background, Nick understood the pressures of city life and the fragile line between the law and everyday people. Within a squad full of strong personalities, he was often the steady hand, keeping rhythm, connecting the pieces through quiet professionalism. Reserved and soft-spoken, yet sharply observant, Nick handled cases with care, followed procedure closely, and did his work without seeking attention. That understated presence became a subtle counterbalance to the show's everyday humor. Jack Sue passed away at the age of 62. He had been a respected Broadway and television actor, known for his solid technique, though his career was limited by the era he worked in and the narrow range of roles typically offered to Asian American actors. Even so, Nick Yamana rose above those boundaries, becoming a lasting symbol of dedication, dignity, and professional integrity. Ron Glass, born in 1945 in Evansville, Indiana, was 30 years old when he took on the role of Detective Ron Harris. He was portrayed as a young officer with a strong academic background, someone who believed that knowledge and clear, logical reasoning could bring people closer to justice. Within the precinct, Harris was often the one who listened carefully, analyzed situations, and offered thoughtful, incisive observations. That intellectual approach created an interesting contrast with his more seasoned, pragmatic colleagues. By asking the right questions at the right time, he helped ease tense debates, clarify underlying issues, and encourage deeper reflection among those around him. Ron Glass passed away at the age of 71 due to respiratory failure related to ongoing health complications. After this defining role, he went on to build a wide-ranging career, frequently portraying intelligent, reflective characters. These performances helped audiences remember him as an actor with a distinctive, thoughtful presence. While his career did not always reach major commercial peaks, he maintained lasting professional respect and a solid reputation throughout his years in television. Steve Landersberg, born in 1936 in the Bronx, New York City, was 39 years old when he took on the role of Detective Sergeant Arthur Dietrich. He portrayed a police officer with a sharp, analytical mind, wrapped in an intentionally eccentric and detached demeanor that set him apart from the everyday rhythm of the precinct. Within the group, Dietrich was a deliberate outsider. He spoke little, observed closely, and when he did speak, his comments were often unexpected, sometimes puzzling, yet striking at the heart of the issue. This cool, dry, and highly intelligent presence became a distinctive highlight of the series, turning Dietrich into a character who made viewers both laugh and pause to think, proving that intellect itself can be a form of subtle humor. Steve Landesberg passed away at the age of 74. After this career-defining role, he continued working in acting and intellectual comedy, but also faced the reality of being typecast as the clever, eccentric thinker, a strength in recognizability that also limited broader opportunities. Even without constant appearances in major projects, he maintained a steady and respectable career, remembered for a style that was quiet, thoughtful, and unmistakably his own. Ron Carey, born in 1935 in Newark, New Jersey, was 40 years old when he took on the role of Officer Carl Levitt. He portrayed a young police officer carrying deep inner uncertainty, constantly torn between the desire to prove himself and the fear of making mistakes within a rigid, highly disciplined environment. Diligent and rule-abiding, Levitt's lack of confidence made him overly cautious, sometimes awkward, and often drawn into quietly comic, uncomfortable situations. That very sincerity became the source of his gentle yet meaningful humor, turning the character into a stand-in for ordinary people simply trying to adapt and survive under constant pressure. Ron Carey passed away at the age of 62. After this role, he continued to appear steadily in television and film, most often in supporting parts grounded in everyday realism. While he never reached top-tier stardom, he was widely respected by industry peers for his natural, unforced performances. His career included quieter periods, but it was Carey's persistence and reliability that secured his reputation as a trusted and consistently effective character actor. Gregory Sierra, born in 1937 in Manhattan, New York City, was 38 years old when he took on the role of Detective Sergeant Chano Amenguale. He brought a distinctly street-level presence to the precinct, shaped by instinct, sharp intuition, and cultural awareness forged in a diverse, urban environment. Chano was quick to act and plain-spoken, at times so blunt that it sparked friction, yet that very directness exposed issues others preferred to avoid. His presence injected a hotter, more urgent rhythm into the story, serving as a necessary counterweight between theory and practice, desk work, and the realities of the street. Gregory Sierra passed away at the age of 84. After this memorable role, he continued appearing in numerous television projects, often cast in action-oriented roles with strong, forceful personalities. His career, however, experienced interruptions due to health issues, preventing the sustained momentum many expected. Even so, whenever Sierra returned to the screen, he retained his distinctive, instinct-driven energy, the unmistakable street edge that defined his work and set him apart. George Murdoch, born in 1930 in Salina, Kansas, was 45 years old when he portrayed Lieutenant Ben Scanlon. He embodied the middle tier of command, the steady presence caught between directives from above and the complex realities on the ground. Scanlon did not assert authority loudly. Instead, he relied on a firm demeanor and measured judgment to keep the operation running smoothly. Demanding yet fair, he listened, weighed his options, and stepped in only when necessary, creating an atmosphere where officers felt both supervised and protected. In that way, he served as a buffer wall, preventing personal conflicts from crossing the line while underscoring the constant tension between people and the system they serve. George Murdoch passed away at the age of 82. After this restrained yet authoritative role, he continued a long career playing substantial supporting characters, from officers and officials to figures of quiet authority, made memorable by his deep voice, dignified bearing, and ability to add weight in just a few scenes. He never chased stardom, but his reliability and consistency earned lasting respect, which ultimately became the true measure of his success as a character actor. Stanley Brock, born in 1931 in Brooklyn, New York City, was 44 years old when he appeared as Bruno Bender. He brought to the story a very on-the-margins slice of everyday life, where the law collides directly with small, troubled individuals. In his interactions with the police, Bruno comes across as irritating but not unlikable, arguing, complaining, and trying to justify his very human mistakes. His presence highlights the human side of public authority. Behind every case file is a real person, with circumstances, pressures, and small choices that can easily lead to trouble. As a result, Bruno creates moments that are both humorous and bittersweet, helping the story expand beyond the police precinct to reflect the broader rhythms of urban life. Stanley Brock passed away at the age of 60. After this role, he continued acting while also devoting himself to teaching and coaching performers, a less glamorous path, but one with lasting behind-the-scenes influence. He was never associated with major stardom, yet he earned deep respect from colleagues for his professionalism and his ability to pass on experience to the next generation. John Dulligan, born in 1930 in Brooklyn, New York City, was 45 years old when he appeared as Ray Brewer. He portrayed a man living on the fragile line between the law and personal self-interest, where every word is shaped by caution and suspicion. In his interactions with the police, Ray rarely shows strong emotion. Instead, he answers briefly, avoids the core of the questions, and maintains a guarded distance. That restraint creates a quiet tension, forcing those around him to read between the lines. Ray highlights the grey zone of urban life, not clearly good, not clearly bad, but simply a man trying to protect his own interests within a system far larger than himself, adding realism and moral complexity to the story. John Dulligan passed away at the age of 79. After this role, he continued to appear regularly on television, most often in supporting parts grounded in realism, characters that required precision and restraint rather than showmanship. His career was never marked by star-level fame, but it was steady and reliable, and he was widely trusted within the industry for roles that demanded psychological depth in limited screen time. Jack DeLeon, born in 1924 in New York City, was 51 years old when he appeared as Marty Morrison. He portrayed a man always finding ways to maneuver through the narrow gaps of urban life, clever, quick-witted, and never presenting a story that is fully clear. In conversation, Marty talks a lot, explains quickly, and constantly tries to control the pace to keep the upper hand. That sharpness creates humor, but it also carries an uneasy feeling that the truth is being hidden behind a steady flow of words. In this way, Marty Morrison represents the kind of person who knows the rules but doesn't live by them, highlighting the moral grey areas of city life. Jack DeLeon passed away at the age of 82. After this role, he continued working in television and film, most often in supporting parts rooted in everyday realism, frequently playing crafty, practical characters. These roles helped him maintain steady recognition, even if they also limited opportunities to break into very different territory. Still, his career was respected for its durability and reliability. He showed up at the right moment, fit naturally into his roles, and consistently served the story with professionalism. Alex Henteloff, born in 1942 in Los Angeles, California, was 33 years old when he appeared as Arnold Ripner. He portrayed a man who survives on cleverness and an instinctive ability to adapt quickly to unfavorable situations. In his encounters with the police, Ripner speaks smoothly, shifts topics with ease, and uses humor and trivial details to distract from the real issue at hand, forcing officers to patiently peel back each layer of his words. He is not a character who creates major disturbances, yet his persistence and elusiveness generate a very real sense of fatigue, an illustration of routine cases where justice must work hard, not to be outmaneuvered by everyday tricks. Today, Alex Henteloff is 84 years old. After this role, he continued his career in a wide range of supporting parts rooted in everyday life, ordinary people who feel familiar, yet require precision and restraint in performance. His career was never defined by major fame, but by steadiness and reliability, earning him a reputation as a dependable actor often chosen for roles that demand an authentic human presence. Hal Linden, born in 1931 in the Bronx, New York City, United States, was 44 years old when he took on the role of Captain Barney Miller and became the steady center of balance within the entire police precinct. He portrayed a commanding officer who never needed to raise his voice, yet consistently maintained order through reason, patience, and a deep trust in people. Barney stood at the intersection of rules and compassion. He understood that the system had to function smoothly, but he also recognized that the people working within it were imperfect. In many ways, Barney Miller became the soul of the series, a place where humor did not come from exaggeration or slapstick, but from the very real friction between human nature and professional duty, between ideals and everyday reality. Today, Hal Linden is 95 years old. Following this defining role, he continued a long and respected career across Broadway, television, and music, earning particular praise for stage performances that required emotional depth and a strong, expressive singing voice. While not every project after his greatest success reached the same level of public attention, Linden maintained a rare professional credibility, ultimately becoming a symbol of a disciplined, principled generation of performers. Thank you for taking the time to revisit this film and the people who helped create those lasting memories. Your attention, reflection, and appreciation are what keep these stories alive today. We hope this video not only brings back familiar moments, but also leaves you with a quiet sense of reflection and gratitude for the enduring values of television from an earlier time.